Well, come on in, everyone. We're just about to continue with more story about my uncle. Last time we made it through the sanctuary and in our amazing adventure suit. Collected a couple cores and found some mysterious lights leading to an even more mysterious place. But it is certainly quite welcoming, far more than the gloomy caverns.
Hello, who are you? You're not from here. Wow, you look just like Fred, but smaller, and with less hair on your face.
She knew Fred. I told her that he was my uncle, and that I was looking for him.
What's an uncle?
I said that I had known him all my life.
Really? Me too. I'll help you find him. I'm Madeline. The others call me Mad Maddie sometimes. I don't know why, really, but you can call me Maddie. You've never been to the village, right? Let's meet over there in the square. I'll show you around. I bet you can get there easily with your suit thing. So, I'll see you there.
I couldn't believe it. An underground village inhabited by frog people, or more like salamanders. Either way, they walked like humans, they talked like humans. How is that possible?
Yeah, the village is a very cool and interesting place. I mean, it's a village of, like you said, frog people, salamander people, amphibious people of some sort. But, you know, we can't swim, so it's more of a trip for us than it is for Maddie. But none too difficult, that's certain. Oops, I messed that up. And I still made it somehow. Wow, I'm impressed. And while we could go there, we need to go get some readings first. So you saw how I was looking at this gigantic spiral mountain. Well, we have to scale this entire thing to find the first of the readings in the village. Oops. Darn it, I messed that up. You can make it up pretty quickly. Just let go of the grapple before you reach its point, and you'll go fly quite a bit further. I hit the edge of a hitbox or something. Yeah, there's some weird edge right there. So let's try not to hit that. And I think this is the last one. Yep, I can hear the beeping. And the first of the reading machines. The second one, you can climb down, and if you follow my cursor, you can climb down, jump from there to there, to there, to the back side of the pillar. Or you can take a flying leap of faith. And land right on top of the reading machine. Oh, game froze for a second when I collected it. And you can go back, you can power jump to that. Actually, I might as well try. Oh, yeah, you can hit that. But it is really tricky to get back from that. And also, it might just be more beneficial to, you know, fall and restart to where we got the last checkpoint. But yeah, the first two readings in this place are pretty obscure. Not difficult to get to, really. And the second one can be, but more so hard to find. So, after enough dilly-dallying, let's head into the village.
Hey! Hi, welcome to my village. This is the town square, and that over there is Fred's tent. I haven't seen him in a few days, though. Maybe our elder Samuel knows where he is. He knows a lot of stuff. Mostly boring stuff, if you ask me, but it's worth a try. Before asking him, though, you should check out the village. It's not so bad. Unless you have to stay for too long. When you're done, go to the island with the windmill, and you'll see Samuel's coat from there. I'll go on ahead and tell him that you're coming. He's not much for surprises. Later!
I thanked Madeline and agreed to meet her later. It was strange. How could I talk to someone who was not even human and still feel like it was perfectly normal?
Got Heisenberger for some reason. Maybe that's Fred with, sunglasses and a hat. 4 tomatoes equals 2 corn. A grid paper drawing of Fred, I'm assuming. There's lots to see around the village, really. It's pretty interesting. But, just for your information, there are no readings inside the village proper. Bit of a map here. Island with the windmill is back there. We can go from there to the cove. What? Oh, without exploring the village, at least a little bit first. Just a movie poster. An effigy, probably a Fred, made of boxes.
It looked like most of the shacks in the village were built out of trash. Trash from our world. It was, after all, a garbage disposal pad that took me here.
And around the village, you'll see lots of markings. Oh, don't leave carrots laying around. Put them in the basket. You'll see lots of markings like that. Those markings, I'm assuming, they're just an after effect or a side effect of the grapple hook. And since they associate the grapple hook and the adventure suit with Fred, then it's just part of their culture. Yeah, it's really interesting just to see, the trash and how they recycle it. Gotta make everything, used for everything. Although they're quite fortunate that, at least Fred seemed to throw away a large amount of wood. And like Madeline said, here's Fred's tent. And, made it so nobody can get up here without an adventure suit. Even with an adventure suit, it's pretty easy to bump your head and fall back down. Home sweet home. That's cool. Star chart. GPS. Advanced astronomy projects for amateurs. Awesome. More food. That's adorable. To Fred from Maddie.
For how long had Fred been gone?
I'm not sure. A couple of months, I think. Less than half a year for sure. I remembered hiking with him the summer before, but when I counted the days in his journals and from when I last saw him, it didn't make sense. Maddie said that she had known him all her life. Maybe she meant it figuratively. Like, she didn't really mean it. Like, when you say you'll die if you don't get a puppy for your birthday.
That's true, though.
I'm sorry. Of course it is.
Tortilla soup, beef stroganoff. Lots more tubes foods. Chocolate pudding. Chunky apple pie. Well, there are a few journals in here as well. Let's see the first one. 27 days after arrival, I named one of the little froglings Madeline after my old journey companion. I bet she would have loved this adventure. Anyway, the little frog lives up to her name, so curious and inventive, eager to learn as well. She even asked me to teach her how to write. Wow. Let's see. 42 days after arrival. I've examined the creatures in almost every way I can. I documented their habits, their appearances, and their behaviors. I'm getting close to a complete report, and I wish I could somehow share this with my scientist colleagues at home. Now that I think about it, maybe I could build a new pad that would take me home again. And here seems to... I mean, I don't believe these are schematics for a pad. I believe these are schematics for agricultural devices. Let's see, 5 days. Me and the frog people have found a place to build a village. There seems to be plenty of fish, and the people are using my old trash to build makeshift shacks. I can't wait to start my research on their race. I thought that was rare. Race. This is the discovery of a century. Get some of the crystals in here, but apparently they're not cores because we can't use them. Fred Gable observations. The substance that appears to have triggered the quickening of the eggs is a bluish crystal with a fluorescent effect. I have seen fluorescent minerals before, but none that shines as bright as this. Moreover, to my knowledge, these minerals need to be exposed to ultraviolet light to emit visible light, which makes the crystal's luminescence a mystery. I vaguely remember something about electromagnetic radiation having a similar effect, but that seems impossible in this cave. Or, yeah, it's cave, not case. Why these crystals had an effect on the eggs remains a mystery as well. I made some experiments on one of the crystals, and I made some experiments on one of the crystals I found, and it seems that they contain some sort of chemical energy that could be harnessed as electricity. I have yet to collect materials for a proper electrical circuit, but my initial experiments look promising. Kinda hard to read handwriting. At least off of a computer screen. And I believe there's not too much else for us in the village as far as story goes. Anything up here? Oops. Zooming around. A nice view, definitely. A poster. Might be a reference to something I don't know. Nice view. And down. We can go forward, but down here we'll find more vegetables. But also different symbol. What appears to be Maddie's home.
Did Fred have any kids of his own?
Nope, not that I know of. He lived alone. He didn't really have any time for a family, I guess. He was always away or busy with his inventions. He could be gone for months at a time. I never knew how soon I would see him again.
Don't you think he felt lonely then?
I think he was too caught up in his projects to feel lonely. It seems like he found new friends in the village, though. Maddie seemed to be especially fond of him, taking after all that he did. Maybe Fred was like a father to her.
She didn't have a real father, right? If she was born from an egg.
That's right. That's another thing we had in common.
Interesting. I love the little grapple hook Maddie drawing. That one's adorable, in particular. Now, just gotta do some more platforming. Because, no trip could be safe and easy. Especially, well, in this game, certainly not. Got a bit of a tricky jump, but it shouldn't be too hard. Made it just fine. And we could go ahead, but if you look, you'll see that there's 3 consecutive rocks, and we only have, 2 grapples available to us. But we can't go that way yet. We can go this way. Find ourselves another reading. This one is probably the most obscure. If you're not paying attention, it's extremely easy to miss it. But in this direction is Samuel's Cove.
A stranger in our halls. Welcome. Our name is Samuel, and we will do our best to assist you. Please tell us what brings you here.
I told him that I was looking for my Uncle Fred.
We should help. Do you know where he is?
Fred left us without a word. If you aspire to find him, we can share with you a sacred crystal, a power core. Fred used their kind to power his suit. You can have it if you return our Fred to us.
The crystal? Sweet!
Madeline, that was inappropriate. Your help will not be necessary. The crystal is not for you to have.
What? I want to help finding Fred. Why couldn't I?
Please, Madeline, that is impossible. None of us may enter the chasms. It is too dangerous.
What's the danger? If Fred can do it, so can I.
I say this for your own protection, Madeline. You are forbidden from entering the chasms.
Just because you're afraid of what's outside the village doesn't mean I am. I'm nothing like you. I'll never be.
We apologize. It is true that we want to keep her safe, but she does not understand. Behind us is the power core. Take it and go into the chasms. Find Fred, and if you see Madeline, take care of her. Be safe.
So yeah, to them, the power core is a sacred crystal. To me, it's just a tool.
I felt a little uneasy about moving on into the chasms. If it was too dangerous for Maddie, would it be safe enough for me?
Yep. The seamless control of having 3 grapples. And, as you can probably guess from the indicator on our hand, that is all the grapples we will be getting in the game. So, better learn to love it. And also, it's very useful to use the slants of the rocks, I should say, for getting momentum. Because right there, I went from below to hit the rock at an upward angle, so I angled towards this rock. It's actually kind of important later in the game. And while we could go up, you probably hear a little bit of beeping down here. Approach that a little fast. It's the 4th reading, sorry. So only one more left for us to find. Some pretty cool looking archways here. Definitely a little intimidating though. Oh, please. And that was a nice save. It'd be funny if I didn't land after saying that. But over in this direction we'll find the last reading. And with that, we unlock the first, unlockable. I'll be showing off all these in the end, but first we'll only be showing off this one. Because I like this one. Lets you customize the color of your beam. I like to have a nice dark purple. And that's really just personal preference. I mean, I like how it differentiates my suit from Fred's. Because you see the blue markings are his. Now, purple markings are mine. I was afraid I was going to miss that one. Oh, come on. I did not. I let go too soon. That was my bad. Darn. Although this is one of the trickier sequences for quite some time. Bounce off this rock so that I can reach this rock. Because the rock in front of me was too far out for me to be able to reach it. And oh, come on. Yeah, that jump is actually very unforgiving, very precise. So best to be prepared. Yeah, grappling from below is quite helpful. But
Darkness swept over me as I left the glittering lights in the village behind me and headed for the ominous shadows of the chasms.
But as we enter the chasms, that's gonna be it for this episode of A Story About My Uncle. Next time, we will be taking on the chasms, a very dark and mysterious place, and about as creepy as this game gets. And it's pretty good, so hope you all join me next time, but until then, keep on keeping on.